To use AWS Amplify Subdomain setup, start by creating an AWS Amplify project in the AWS Management Console. Navigate to the Amplify section and click on Get Started to create a new project. Choose the project name and environment and click on Create Project. Next, configure your domain in AWS Amplify by clicking on the Domain button and then click on Configure Domain. Enter your domain name and select the domain you want to use. If you don't have a domain, you can create one using AWS Route 53. After configuring your domain, create a subdomain by clicking on the Create Subdomain button. Enter the subdomain name and select the domain you want to use. You can also configure the subdomain settings such as the SSL certificate and the DNS configuration. To connect your subdomain to your Amplify project, click on the Connect Domain button and select the subdomain you created. You will need to verify the domain ownership by creating a TXT record in your DNS configuration. Once the domain is verified, you can deploy your Amplify project to the subdomain by clicking on the Deploy button. The deployment process will take a few minutes to complete. Best practices for using AWS Amplify Subdomain setup include using a custom domain name to improve brand recognition and using SSL certificates to secure your website. It is also recommended to use a consistent naming convention for your subdomains to improve organization and readability. In addition, make sure to test your subdomain after deployment to ensure that it is working correctly. You can test the subdomain by accessing it in a web browser and verifying that the content is displayed correctly. By following these steps and best practices, you can successfully use AWS Amplify Subdomain setup to deploy your web application to a custom subdomain. This will improve the user experience and provide a professional-looking website.